distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Check 45 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Our time.
Buddy. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Hey, spin it.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
There we go.
And, Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, you know they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that can be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them. You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Slam. Check 31. Shift. Watch twist.
Hey.
Throwing is Wilson. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
45.
Go.
45. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check 30.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Buddy.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
That's it, baby.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard
I
line.
can't believe they even let you play. Check 26.
Buddy.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You better break it. Check, 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 check. Safe, safe.
They go back to the ground now with Penny. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 36. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the sled. Watch the
Alert.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Check 3. Check.
They go play action now. Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught at the 1. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Throwing on first down is Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
2nd and 10. Here's Lance. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Lance to throw it. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Squeeze, double.
Hey, 12.
Hey, turn it up.
Let's go.
Play action. Now Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, here I come.
A toss running left. This is Penny. Skirts by him at the 35. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and 4.
Pick it up. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check, crunch.
Here's Wilson. He'll get this out wide to Penny.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Carson uses the stiff arm. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to find that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Six yards left on 2nd down.
Here we go. Whip.
Almost special.
Now it's Carson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long. Wilson. Flush to his right. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for him, but go ahead and put...
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Showed some flash on the run, but he will be brought down shy of his 10. Call it a pickup of 7 on the ground. That trims it to a 3rd and 15 situation. Lance going to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. Pete Carroll none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw out the challenge flag. So Pete Carroll, always a guy to trust his instincts, and his instincts were right on that one. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Bend it. 45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Buddy.
Out.
36 power. 14.
Penny, a 1st down carry. Oh, good move. Oh, and now some space to operate. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that.
Play action. It's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
On first down, Mitchell. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
No doubt about it, a really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. Mitchell. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, Lance. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You got nothing today. You got nothing. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Hey.
Now Wilson.
Kill.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Fuck that. 95. Check. Tight dog.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 51 yards on the ground for him so far.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Wilson's throw into the hands of Lockett. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. A handoff to Penny. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. On third down, Penny. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
Now Rashad Penny. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now it's Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. This is Carson, and he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll run with Penny. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Lance. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. Now Lance. Being chased out left. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Devontae Adams. With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Niners 21, Seahawks 14.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. A pass underneath for Carson. And he'll be out right at the 35. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Run pass, run pass. 45, Mike, 45.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. He'll check that down to Carson. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come back and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Myers' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
From the 29, Lance. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Lance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carlos Basham drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Lockett. Oh, nice move. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On second down, it's Carson, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike.
Now it's Wilson.
Here we go.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Play action, now it's Lance. And it's complete to Adams. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st down, Mitchell. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off of play action, here's Lance. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line.
And the 49er first down.
Check, check, no. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Check, check, check.
Lance now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Alert, alert, alert.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10.
Let's go, baby.
It's a big play there for Seattle.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the 1st half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
We got 3. Check 99. Well. Check 99.
They run it with Carson. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. That's what they wanted out of that 1st down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
45. Mike, 45.
2nd down and goal. Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. 5, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously, blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
I got it. Watch the edge. You go tight. You go. Hey, zero. Far left. Check three. Switch.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. Flushed out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
45's the mic.
To throw is Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. Elijah Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Undercrush.
They go play action now. Wilson forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Oh, wide open, complete. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll toss it to Penny. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20.
They don't want it.
A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Wilson Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Wilson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this? And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Lance. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
They'll run on first down. Mitchell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a play fake. Lance. High throw, but the catch is made. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
At the 41-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Lance. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 24-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. And there's also a flag to go with it. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. The Lance going to throw. This is caught. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Elijah Mitchell, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the 49ers are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth quarter lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and they open the lead up now to 25. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
What we got? Kill. Hey,
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
On 1st down, it's Mitchell. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Lance getting this out wide to Ayuk. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And some room to work. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell, 33 yards. And the Niners are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good? They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25.
In your face!
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they got this one well in hand. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. Buying time to his left. It's complete to Williams. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
That's complete out left to Ayuk. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
45's the mic. I'm going to run you over.
Now Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Play action. Now Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 40 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell. Gets through, and now an opening. And now off to the races down the right side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. 59 mark, check.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another